What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 10 o'clock Pacific time slot of the main event, Memorial Day Marathon, Part 2. We are back with the Main Event Network exclusive to Genuinely Be Honest with the Great Brown Hope. We are joined by one of our first guests from the first marathon and a lot of other stuff we did way before that. We've got Knyx, who has been very courteous with bringing us along for the journey. And today he's got a little something special for us, a little something extra. So right before we get into an update from our guy, tell people in the world what your name is and tell us about you.
What up? I'm Knyx. In my wrestling world, at least, my name's Kyle Roscoe in real life. I like professional wrestling. I like trading cards. I like all different kinds of sports. If you can't tell by like my backdrop is really popping today. I'm from the Seattle area. We've got a pretty cool indie wrestling scene out here in the Pacific Northwest, and I feel really lucky to be a part of it. So just kind of, doing the wrestling thing. Getting beat up with my friends on the weekend and having a good time. So super grateful to be here. I mean, shoot, we've been talking since before my first day of training. We talked before my first match. We're talking now after I've won a title. It's kind of crazy, but super grateful to be on the Main Event Wrestling Network and to be chatting with you again. So thanks for having me.
Yes. It's crazy to think that this year you're going to be in the PWI 500, and then by next year we'll have enough interviews with you to make like a DVD. So right before you sign a contract, we're already going to be selling that DVD. Like, hey, before you guys, get the official merch, get the bootleg DVD from the Main Event Wrestling Network. This is where it started.
You'll just my face will just be here, and we'll just have all the different
with an autographed insert that's not certified.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be like, I never signed those. But I mean, you were talking about the indie scene up where you're at. That was actually going to be one of the first questions. So I'll just kick it off right now with that. If you don't mind going through a couple questions. When you started, you were over at Peak, and now I've seen that you're working with different promotions. Well, what's that like? How did that happen?
Yeah, it's crazy. My first match at Peak, one of the things, I don't know if we've talked about this, I know that but I don't know if I've really talked about it on here, is I'm a person in long-term recovery. And I know that sounds like a weird thing to throw into sort of the story to get me to wrestling on multiple promotions, but it actually is kind of a big reason why, not just because, how I live life today is a lot cooler than how I used to. But my first match on Peak was actually when I was a day that I was celebrating a sobriety anniversary. Mm-hmm. And when we had a Peak date back February 14th, now 2024? No, 2025. That date fell on my sobriety anniversary. And so I was really pushing to try and get my first match on that day, because it just seemed like kind of too crazy that we actually had a show that day. Yeah. So I was kind of like pushing them for it. And I told them, I was like, we'll probably bring quite a few people to the show if we can make it happen. It was, I think, don't quote me because somebody will yell at me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Peak's first sellout. And I'm not taking full credit for it, but I'm taking a lot of credit for it. There were a lot of people there to see my first match. I mean, a lot is very relative. It's the venue holds 200 people, so whatever. But it was popping, and it was cool to see a lot of people there to support me, and also to get to see the thing that I love the most kind of right next to recovery. Like, it's like recovery and wrestling are my two things. Mm-hmm. And so because that kind of blew up, it ended up leading to my work and my wrestling kind of like coming together. And Peak ended up holding a benefit show for a nonprofit that I work for.
Right.
That also sold out. So now all of a sudden we've kind of seen these two things where I've been like a part of it and it's been relatively successful. Now it's important to recognize that a little bit of it is happenstance. Some of it is that I'm relatively, I don't know. When the venue's only 200 people, it's easy for somebody in recovery like me to invite a lot of people because I got a lot of people who I know and probably like to have fun. So we all came together and did that. Well, one of the people in there at that benefit show is this lady named Gracie who runs 5cc Wrestling, which is about an hour north of me right now. And 5cc has been going on for a long time. The original promoter, Logan, passed a while ago, I think it's been 2 years now, maybe a year and a half. Don't quote me on that either. But Gracie rebooted 5cc in his, to honor him.
Okay.
So I ended up getting invited to the first official, they had a tribute show, but the first show when 5cc was kicking off as an actual promotion again. She invited me to come and be a part of it because of what she had seen and some recommendations she had gotten from some people I work with at Peak. And so that's how that started. And her and I have a really good relationship now. And so I'm up there. I've got a really fun rivalry with Joe Macho.
Yeah.
He's, I don't know, I'll switch into character and then I'll switch out of character for a second. He's a big goofy idiot. But he's a lot of fun to work with because we are a really good yin and yang, both in the ring and in personality. And then actually, I've just been invited. This isn't even public yet. You're the first person to know. I've actually just been invited to a third promotion.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's called UFO. It's actually a there's no ring. It's like a. It is very much professional wrestling, but it's actually like a bar fight theme.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll make sure to get some clips up so that people kind of know what it's about. But it's cool. It's a little promotion. This guy Max runs it, and he's been in the Pacific Northwest wrestling scene for years and years and years. And he just invited me to be a part of a show that's happening in July. So really excited about that too. So yeah, now I've got 3. Luckily for my schedule, 2 of them only run quarterly. But yeah, we're kind of off and running now.
I don't know, man. Can we say you're starting to take off? I mean, 3 promotions. That's crazy, man. That's a big deal. It comes to show how much your hard work has paid off. So, it started with a crazy dream, and now you're living it, literally.
I know, man. I've got so much. There's so much circumstance around it. Any form of success, really, and this is very small, considering what success, quote unquote, can mean to different people in pro wrestling. But I got into this just hoping that I could just learn how to do it.
Yeah.
I had no goal outside of I'm going to kick myself if I don't try it. And now it's now it's, I compare it to soccer a little bit. I'm a soccer guy.
Yeah.
And I compare it to soccer because it's like a universal language. Now I feel like I could literally go anywhere in the world, anywhere. And if I found a professional wrestling ring, I could speak that language with those people. Right? It's this dance that we understand at a really cool level. Soccer's the same way. You can go anywhere and play that sport. Yeah. And now today you can drop me into a pro wrestling ring with literally anybody who knows how to do it. And me and that individual, even if we couldn't speak the same language, would be able to put on a show together. And I just think that that's pretty dope. And I just feel really lucky that I get to do something that cool. It's a lot of fun.
Where do now that you've gotten a feel for the biz a little bit, where do you want to compete? What's your current goal?
Well, it's interesting. It kind of shifts because now I'm a quarter owner of Peak. That's very out of character. Kyle Knyx does not own any piece of Peak, but Kyle Roscoe owns 25% of it. And you know, it has sort of changed the goal a little bit, I think. If I can get to a place where I can tell stories in the ring at the caliber that like I'm looking for people to do, so that we like bring into Peak and like, try and be draws. If I can get up there with those guys, then it'd be really cool to be on some of the bigger promotions. Some of like the some of these promotions that you see a lot of the WWE ID people on, which is kind of, I don't really even know what they're doing with that anymore, but also, like GCW is cool.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I feel like you and your baseball bat. Well, Kyle Knyx and his baseball bat would fit right in.
Yeah, that's a cool place to be. I'm not,
and you could barbed wire wrap it.
Right? Yeah, there it would actually make sense.
Video,
Yeah, there's I don't want to give anything away. Yeah,
come on, go, let's do it.
Yeah, maybe. We'll kind of see what happens. I'm not the most I don't know what the term is exactly. I know a lot of people that should do hardcore wrestling, and they do it, and they're very good at it. I'm in a feud with a couple of them right now, Lucy and Zelda, the Heartbreaker Club. The two of them. Look, I'm probably biased, but I think that they're the best tag team in the region. I think that their athleticism mixed with how they mesh as a tandem is like really, really cool. And the fact that me and AJ just beat them for the tag titles is wild to me. Like, if you would have told me a year ago that I was even going to be in the ring with those two, I would have laughed in your face. And now to be doing this, it just sort of popped into my head when you said that those are two people that I could see on TV in the next 12 months and not be surprised at all.
I like that. They have good chemistry. I was watching what you guys had available for them, and it's really good. It's there's a lot of solid talent there. I mean, obviously you see it because if you're a quarter invested, it's because you believe in it. So, and for you to speak so highly of them goes, sets the bar as to how high you regard them, and that's a pretty big deal. I mean, even though they didn't let you in the club, but that's history now, because you are a tag champion, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still trying. We got the titles right now. I cut probably the most entertaining thing I have done in pro wrestling so far, I would argue, was a promo that I just cut with AJ Duncan the other day. I just posted it maybe yesterday, the day before.
Shirt tucked in and stuff, right? I remember.
That is, I don't like to. Kyle Knyx loves to do this. I don't necessarily love to blow smoke up my own ass too much, but that promo is gold. And
you gotta do me a favor. Send me whatever promos you have available. I mean, yes, this is during the recording process and stuff, but that way I can hit like a pause and put the promo on. You know what I mean? To kind of like get everybody to see what you got available for those that aren't following you on Instagram and stuff. What is your Instagram tag, by the way?
So it's Kyle Knyx. Now both on X and Instagram, it's just at Kyle Knyx. And yeah, I get my promos over there. A lot of times I collab with Peak, so like depending on the situation, Peak might post it and I might be listed as the collaborator. It kind of depends like what I'm talking about and why I'm talking about it. But yeah, I am able to get a lot of clips up there. The finish of my last 5cc match is up there, which is just that's a real full circle moment for me, because you know who my favorite wrestler is. And for me to land a rolling encore and get my first 3 count at 5cc is really cool. And so I'm pretty stoked. That was definitely a shout out. I don't know if I'll always be able to land that move and get a 3 count. We'll see what happens. There was a little bit of degeneracy right before. But shout out to JC Jane. She's the GOAT. So
nice. I had another one. Out of everyone you've worked with at Peak, who has been your favorite opponent? Not you've probably had quite a few, and that's because I know you've had matches with them at 5cc as well, right? On the Peak roster, or was it non-Peak talent?
Man, it's that's such a good question. Favorite is also so relative, so I'm going to give you like 4 different answers.
Nice, I'll take it.
AJ Duncan is now my tag partner, and we are tag champions, and he was also my first opponent. We also walked into training on the same day 1, however many years ago now, and we are the only 2 people left from that training class still in the business, and there were about 12 of us. So Andy and I are very different, or his shoot name's Andy, but AJ Duncan and I are very different individuals as wrestlers and as people in real life. But we have been through quite a bit. And so I'm a big fan of his. I love the match that we have, and I love the continued story that him and I will be able to tell together as tag partners and beyond. I think the best wrestlers, maybe not in totality, but at least currently in their career right now, the best wrestlers I've been in the ring with are Lucy and Zelda. They kicked the hell out of me in our last match. I mean, it's like that felt like a move from the minor leagues to the majors for me. When Zelda punched me in the face for the first time, and when I say punched me in the face, I mean punched me in the face. Okay, like that shit was the real deal. And so I felt it. I felt the difference. I felt the moments where if I hadn't gotten a hand up in time, I probably would have been asleep. And so I got a lot of respect for them too. And then I've also been in the ring with Chris Ross. Him and I had kind of a goofy match at the benefit show, and it was also like the Christmas themed show back in December. Okay. And he's done a lot in the business. He's very, very good at pro wrestling. He probably, if there was professional wrestling Jeopardy, he would probably, I would put him up against anybody on the planet. There's almost no wrestling question that he doesn't know the answer to. And working with him was really like super surreal. I'm not going to pull the curtain back too far, but the confidence that he gives an opponent when you get in the ring together is like, I've just never felt that before. I was so comfortable. He was so calm, and also good. Told a good story, kicked the shit out of me. It was great.
Nice. You got a visitor?
I might. What? What are you doing?
Yeah, we're pro cat.
Now he's gonna be shy. Watch.
I believe you've had your cats on the network. I think they were on the marathon last year too.
There he is.
I don't see him. Where is he? Oh, right there. I see him. Little movements.
What are you doing? Come here.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Solo, come here. What are you doing? Now we've got a new place, so of course the strays are coming to our door, and our cats don't like them.
Yeah.
Just watching the door.
This is the big one. I have 2. Hypnos is very large. His sister is not large. But
big enough to wrestle.
What's that?
Next. Oh yeah, that's dope. Yeah, my cat doesn't want to come play.
Fair enough.
Jerk. I'm just kidding, Solo. You're not a jerk.
Oh, I have one more person. actually that I would like to mention. I'm just like running through all my matches in my head.
Huh.
I worked with Mike Santiago. He is part of the American Guns. Is a long running tag team out here in Washington and Oregon. Hitman, so I'm busy, bro. And he was in a 5-way with me at 5cc. They have a 5-way match every show, and he was brilliant. He comes in with probably 20 years experience, and I was just so impressed with how he carried himself. The way that he worked, he's just really top caliber. And if I can ever get to a place where I can feel as confident as I know he was going into a match and entertaining a crowd the way that he did, I'll have surpassed any goal that I could possibly have. He's really good.
Man, that's I think you listed all your opponents.
There's like 10 more, but they're cool too.
Is there anyone that you really want to work with that you haven't had a chance to?
Yeah. Well, I worked with Nathan Fox. I would love to have a singles match, maybe a handful, with him. I think I love his. I love everything about what he does. I love him in the ring. I love his character. He's a good guy, but him and I have some unfinished business a few times over, and I think that somewhere down the road, maybe not too far away, him and I will bump into each other, hopefully for more than just a one-off type situation. And then
it's like destined to do it forever.
Yeah,
one of those rivalries.
Exactly. And then the big one, the sort of like crazy, like outlandish person I'd like to work with is Kyle Fletcher. Wow. I think that there's a legitimate argument that he's the best male pro wrestler in the world right now. And I don't necessarily mean that as like, the biggest draw, because like the biggest draw is obvious. It's been Roman Reigns for a long time, but Kyle, there is not a moment. He's like a comedian that like you can't breathe at the end of their set. That's how good at professional wrestling he is. You can't watch a Kyle Fletcher match and have 10 or 30 seconds where you are not actively entertained and engaged during his match, because he doesn't let you. Okay. He knows exactly how to get you where he wants you. And I just love everything that he does. And I would die happy if I was able to, run with him one time. But I also think I'm probably 10 years older than him. So we'll see if we're ever able to make that happen.
I mean, it's not impossible. It's like Dark Star Shady always says, LA Knight's close to 50, still looking for his big break.
Right.
Oh, my bad. I forgot you like LA Knight.
So, I mean, it's kind of true, though.
That's why Kyle Knyx wants to beat up Dark Star Shady, huh? That and other
Exactly.
He's just gonna wake up one day and Kyle Knyx gonna be right there
with the just bat. Hovering over him.
Oh, let me in. You're already in the house. Oh man.
Here we'll show off. We'll show off the first trading card since you brought it up.
What you got? What is that? Is that Negan?
It is.
It looks like Negan. Hold on, let me see.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, the GOAT. Yeah, there he is. My cat is really just letting you have it. And here's what he's telling you in cat language. He's telling you that his father really developed his, I don't really know what to call it, characteristics from this man. I'm a huge Jeffrey Dean Morgan fan. By the way, also from Seattle.
Oh, he's from Seattle. No shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a Seattle guy.
Oh,
And I also have one of my favorite comics, which is tough because it's wrapped in plastic, so I know this is going to be hard to see. But
oh, no, it looks perfect.
but yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is the one of the parts of the story where he kind of starts to transition to the other side, if you will. And if you've watched the show, you know that when he gets involved in the zombie people stuff, that's when some of his best work happens. So this is that comic because I love that part of his story.
With the whispers. They say you're not going to keep that on, are you? Oh man, he said, I like freaky shit, but damn.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm trying to figure out how to work this stuff. All right, here we go. This is the one. There we go.
Yes. Oh, you got it now.
This would be cool if Kyle was here because then he just point a finger and he already knows what to do. But he's probably, you know? Oh man, we got a lot to take care of the next couple of days, man. But it's gonna be lit. You guys have an event tonight, right?
Technically, it is Saturday. Mm-hmm. I can't. When is this coming out?
Well, technically, we're airing live at 1 a.m. Eastern time Saturday.
So yes, technically. It is tonight then. And yeah, it should be good. It's AJ Duncan and I will be coming out. We don't have a match on the card.
What? So you're selling out all these shows and you're not even on the card. That's insane.
Well, I'm on the card. I just don't have a match booked. So I will be there. And
it's one of those flyers where it's like Kyle Knyx will speak.
Exactly.
And tickets sold.
Yeah. So I'll be on the mic, which is where I'm the most comfortable anyways. Yeah, we'll see what happens from there. Andy and I are kind of feeling ourselves though. You know, AJ Duncan and Kyle have defeated they were the first peak champions. Nobody else has held the titles outside of the Heartbreakers. We're the second tag team champions in the history of Peak. Nice. You know, we're kind of feeling ourselves a little bit. So we might, you know, you never know. What's that?
You guys got a name yet for your team?
No.
What? Oh, this is the thing about all the great teams. It takes them a while to come up with a name.
He doesn't even like me yet. Like it's he's not willing to have that conversation.
Not yet.
But
not yet.
We'll see what happens. I have a name that I know he'll reject.
Like 2 years ago, you guys hated each other's guts, and now you guys are peak tag team champions. You know what I mean? We'll get him to get into it. You know what I'm saying? We'll get him a leather jacket, a baseball bat. If that doesn't work, exactly. We'll get him a different colored leather jacket and a baseball bat. So
I'll at least let him touch it. You know.
I said, I'll at least let him touch it. Okay, you can hold on to it, but you got to give it back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you guys have any tag finishers yet?
In our last match, there was a moment when he was calling for us to do a little something that we have sort of cooked up by happenstance, like kind of on accident. And in the moment, unfortunately for me, I didn't recognize exactly what he was telling me to do. You know, some of that chemistry isn't quite there yet. The result was a slight hesitation on my part. And if you are in the ring with the Heartbreakers, you cannot hesitate.
Right.
And I took a very swift shot to the mouth for it that busted me open pretty good. But, you know, I think the short answer to the question is we've got something cooked up.
Nice. I'm excited. I'm more excited for the name. I can't stray away from that. What name are you going to pitch to him?
uh, well, okay, look. I think I think that our combined weight is about 477 pounds. Okay.
Okay.
Um, or wait, sorry, 447 pounds, I believe, is about our combined weight. And my name is Kyle, and his name is AJ. And so I was thinking that maybe we could be AK 447.
Ah, that's cool. I like that.
But you
That's
know,
cool.
we'll see what he thinks.
He said Andre Kirilenko 447. That's cool, bro. Hell yeah.
We'll see.
AK 440. And there's a Crazy Bone song, running with AK 47. We could be like running with the AK 447.
Exactly. There's all kinds of plays. Yeah.
That is sick. I think you'll like
the what's that tag team that just got cut with Saban and Motor City Machine Guns? They brought gun references back to wrestling, so now it's okay again. So we'll see if we can get we can get it through.
I like it. It's not, too obvious, and it's clever at the same time. So I think he'll love it. It fits, and it's gonna look sick on a t-shirt.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Oh man, let's get him on the phone right now. What's his number?
I don't have it. He won't give it to me.
He won't give you his number. Oh, that reminds me of I don't know if you saw it on TNA, but Scott Steiner had just joined Immortal, and Bubba Ray's all like, "How am I supposed to give you a notice? I don't even have your phone number." And Scott Steiner just like belts out, "That's because I didn't give it to you."
Yeah. If you haven't already played my promo in this video,
you're like,
this is the place to play it because
AJ, he's still walking.
Yeah, that last promo him and I had is very that era of discombobulated tag teams.
No, definitely make sure you send me that so everybody knows what we're talking about. I'm gonna put it up on a banner here in case I don't figure it out while we're airing live. But you said it's at Kyle Knyx on IG and the Twitter, right?
Yeah, I think the one I just sent you. I don't know how it'll come through. But worst come to worst, you can just plug it directly from one of the socials. But I'm sending it to your phone too, so you'll have it.
Cool. No, yeah, I'll figure it out. I'm off all day. Well, I was off all day Friday, so I had the entire day to figure it out. We're here from the future.
Yeah. Yo, you know what I've been wanting to do? I'm wondering if you're down for this. I know that you've got more to like talk about, but I was just thinking about this right before we hopped on. Have you seen those videos where like you have like a category and we ask each other back and forth, like, can I have this wrestler? Like, does this wrestler fit in that category? And then you see who can guess what the category is first. Have you seen this?
No, I have not seen that.
Dude, it sounds like so like goofy. But like essentially like one of the prompts was like wrestlers over 7 feet tall, right? Mm-hmm. Or at least build over 7 feet tall. And so then as you're like asking like, can I have The Rock or Triple H? Like I keep telling you no, and then eventually you get to the Big Show, and so you get like kind of a hint. Mm-hmm. Anyways, you should think about this for future clip farming, because the like YouTube like 90-second clips that come from these things are like crime. They get a ton of, because they're super entertaining,
Yeah, we figured out that regardless of what you put out, a lot of times, a lot of the shorter stuff is what gets the views, even though it took so long to get here where we have such easily accessible video formats that even 2 minutes is like, oh, this is too much. I'm going to go watch something else now. Like, it's easy to lose somebody's interest. And we started doing the main event shorts
Yeah.
where we try stuff to eat. Tim Vicious did the fucking wing challenge in 2 minutes. Crazy bastard.
Psychopath. Yep.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
That dude is sick, man. I don't even think he tasted them. He was crying for whatever reason, but he was just like scarfing them down. I've seen my brother scarf those down before, but not like Tim Vicious, man. 2 minutes with a minute to spare.
He's a crazy person. Yeah.
That is insane, man. And I'm still trying to book you guys in a match. We'll make it happen.
I always forget he can work.
Huh?
I always forget he can work.
Yeah, he can, and he's really good at putting people over. And he'll start bleeding before he even gets to the ring. That's what's cool about it. Sandman ain't got nothing on Tim Vicious, and he doesn't even drink. I was telling him, I know we're straying off, but another thing again with creating short form content, I told him, I was like, dude, you're already sharing stuff about White Monster. You drink White Monster all the time. How about you do this thing where every single day you post a video of day 1 of drinking a White Monster, day 2 of drinking a White Monster. And I was like, and to make it more interesting, chug it and then destroy the can on your forehead every single time. And if you make yourself bleed, it's just adding color. Like it's perfect. And I don't know why he hasn't started doing it, but even something like that could be one of those little game changers that makes a difference. You know what I mean? So
he could also do that. You know that video where the guy, I'm not going to say the actual subject matter because I know we can pretty much say whatever we want, but that's going a little bit too far. But like there's, I think it'd be funny for him to be like, get on camera and be like, day 1 of me quitting White Monster, day 2 of me quitting White Monster, day 1 of me quitting White Monster, day one about 45 minutes later of me trying to quit White Monster.
Tim Vicious's hair would probably grow back if he stopped drinking Monster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I mean, it sounds like it's been just up for you ever since you decided to take your journey. And like you said, you're invested in it now as well. What about the I see a lot of posts from you for this as well. Not you, Kyle Knyx, but regular shoot Kyle. You run Everett Recovery Cafe, right?
Yeah, that's a way to put it. I'm the executive director. Mm-hmm. And so essentially what that means is like it's like nonprofit CEO or president. Like it's kind of like how it goes. And that sounds real like big and fancy, but like trust me, I'm not. It's a really cool organization, and it was started by a lady named Wendy Grove about 11 years ago, and she's just a beautiful human, and she's still on the board. And our city, Everett, that I live in, I'm born and raised in the Everett area, and I'm just really grateful that it's here. And I got lucky enough to be invited to join their board now about 3 years ago, and about 6 months after that, they asked me to actually work there. And it's a cool spot. It's just it's a community for people to come together who are recovering from all different types of stuff. Like we don't have like I mean, we have a niche, but we don't like force you to say like, I'm recovering from substance abuse or I'm recovering from this or that. Anybody who's recovering from anything can come in and benefit from our program. We feed people every day. We served 20,000 meals last year. And and Hypnos also really likes it, by the way.
And it's a safe place. That's a picture I see behind you all the time when you post from the Recovery Cafe. It's a safe place. So
hey, shout out Zeb St. One. He's the guy who made that. Cool. And he very much lives the gimmick because he comes out. He's got like his entrance is cool. He's got like a spray paint can with him during his entrance.
Nice.
And he can shoot, graffiti art, and he made that for me. And he's really good at it. So it's a good spot, and we like, oh man, can I even say this publicly? You guys are getting such inside information. So I have a running long time feud with Ref Yuki.
Worst ref ever.
I can't stand her.
Most biased.
Just, I don't know what's wrong with her. I got this win at 5cc, coincidentally, first match at 5cc where she wasn't my ref. Weird. Weird. Interesting how that worked out. But anyways, some other lady named Yuki in real life she's a good baker, and she actually made all of the desserts for our fundraiser last year.
Nice.
And so there's a lot of connection between wrestling and Everett Recovery Cafe now. And if you would have like told anybody in the world that Everett Recovery Cafe and the Washington indie wrestling scene would be collaborating in any way, they would have laughed at you. And it's just my favorite thing in the world right now that my two worlds have come together like they have.
No, exactly. I saw it when you started appearing more at shows. Those videos were coming up more as well. So it's like, oh, hey, wait a minute. Like, it looks like they're doing some collab work, and you guys have turned into heroes of the city. You know, it's
something like that.
No, seriously, that's a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of places that can do that for people, and they don't. You know, and you guys came together for this, and you guys have been working together for what, 2 years now? Is it?
Yeah.
Recovery Cafe and Peak, 2 years now almost.
Yeah, so they've been donating. Peak's been donating to the cafe since my first match, which is about a year and a half ago now. It's really cool.
I honestly don't see any bigger goal than that, to be honest. If you can do what you like to do, and it benefits more than just you, it benefits your city, the people of your city, and obviously people that need the help, that need a safe space. And thankfully,
there was a guy from a member at the cafe who came to the benefit show because we gave some free tickets out to people that wanted to come, and he was somebody that I had noticed was at a different show, like a street type show that we did for a thing called Geek Fest.
Yeah.
So they booked us, and I noticed that he was there watching some of the wrestling. And so when I ran into him at the cafe, I invited him to the benefit show, and paid for his ticket. And he was there, and man, I tell you what, when I flipped that switch, man, it doesn't matter who you are or where I know you from. And I saw him, and this man was just like probably innocently glanced down at his phone at the worst time. And tore this man up in front of 200 and some odd people.
Damn.
I ran into him the next day, and I said, "Hey, my evil twin brother and I do not share the same beliefs." He was a good sport about it, but yeah, that was pretty funny.
No, that is good. You got to take advantage of stuff like that. It gets the crowd involved, and he was caught off guard, obviously, which is even better.
Yeah,
he didn't have to sell it because he got caught in the act.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, but can we see the gold?
Yes. You
mentioned it's in the whip or something.
Yeah. Will this be able to be pressed paused upon, or can you bring the screen on your face and talk yourself for about 47 seconds?
47 seconds. I think we can pause it. We'll do a quick pause, and then if you send me an extra promo or something, we can play it, and then we'll cut back to you with the belt.
Yeah, I'll get you some clips or something. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna hit pause right now. That'd be funny. Countdown to the gold, and we're back with the gold. Wow, that is legit. Let's see. No, wrong guy. No. There we go.
This is it.
Oh, that is nice. That is nice. Look at that. And the official logo. Whew. Hot damn.
Need to get some little like Kyle Knyx logos right here.
Oh, that would be cool, huh? When you get the updated belts.
Yeah, exactly.
How often are you guys gonna change your belts? Like every year or something?
Dude, they're expensive.
No, I can imagine. How fine is the gold?
What's that?
How fine is the gold?
It's like 7 carat.
I have no idea what that means.
Me either.
I know what it is by ounce, not by carats. I never figured out the carats.
I don't even think it's real gold. It's probably I don't know what's more expensive than gold. It's like platinum or something.
Actually, no. I don't think anything's more expensive than gold right now.
Oh,
Let me check.
it's plutonium.
Plutonian? What the hell does that mean?
I don't know, but that's what it is.
I don't know what that means. Oh man, gold is at 4,500 an ounce. Silver's at 76 an ounce. Platinum's at 1,900 an ounce, and palladium's at 1,400 an ounce. Okay,
All right, it's gold then.
All right, it's gold then. Because I was working at a gold and silver company, and I had to learn all that shit. But because I'm literally good at everything, it was a piece of cake. But I mean, if I had to judge by the way it looks, I'd say it's probably. Do you know how much it cost?
No.
I'd say probably .9167 gold.
Maybe.
So 9/10 gold per ounce.
It's probably like $1 million bill. It's no big deal.
The $1 million bill has diamonds on it.
Yeah.
But also, about a year ago, gold was at I think 3,000 an ounce. So maybe $500,000.
Yeah.
How much do you guys have to pay for a deposit to carry those belts?
Yeah, honestly, if it was worth that much, we should sell them immediately. Because the independent wrestling scene is look, we're not here for the money. I'll put it that way. And it's I think they're a few $100 to get, but there's 2 of them, so
yeah, no, they look good. I mean. It's like I said, what you guys are doing is a good thing. So with people seeing you don't do it for the money, they're gonna recognize it for that, and that's easier to be like, you know what, I want to go check this show out. You're telling me it's either this one or that one, but this one actually takes care of their city. I'll go to that one. But then the other one has John Cena. I'll be like, oh, okay, well, if it's the same price.
Yeah. I mean, you can't see that guy anyways. You can actually see us if you come.
You could just say he's there. People just can't see him.
Did you see that match they had not too long ago with? Yeah, that was class.
I was gonna bring up. That was stupid as hell. They played his music and everything.
Everything. Yeah. I loved it.
I'm surprised he didn't slap him with a lawsuit, but I mean, if it didn't promote him, it's technically a skit, I guess.
Yeah. Yo, how are you feeling about everything that's happening with AAA? I don't necessarily want to get into the El Grande Americano stuff right now, just because that's negative and weird and I don't like it. But I mean, like in general, like the switch, obviously there's been a massive change in what AAA was to what it is now. Like how I've read some of your stuff, obviously, but like, how are you kind of like feeling about the direction that's going?
I like it. It feels like somebody made a comment on one of our other podcasts. They said it feels like NXT UK, and it does. And that it's got the best booking across the board, and they found a way to integrate main roster stars into it to make it a big deal, which is the same thing that NXT and NXT UK did to build their way up. Yeah. And I believe AAA has been regarded as a minor league, just like CMLL, at least compared to the Fed, AEW, and whatnot. I don't know I would still consider TNA a major brand. But I would put AAA at the same level as NXT and TNA today, where, I've never really looked at them as developmental ever since Survivor Series, where NXT dominated. I haven't seen NXT as developmental. They had Adam Cole, Shayna Baszler, Bianca Belair on the wing, Rhea Ripley, who was already tearing through everybody on the roster before she was going to go to Shayna. Undisputed Era, obviously. Apollo Crews when he was red hot. That NXT roster was deep as hell, man. And when Black and Gold took over, it was a big deal. I preferred watching Black and Gold over the regular Sunday PLEs a lot of the times. I'm sure you agree.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel AAA is right now. They're kind of bringing back the excitement that the older black and gold used to have as well. You know what I mean? Where it's a little different from what you're used to. It doesn't feel like developmental because of how big the crowd is. I don't know if it's regarded as developmental, but the atmosphere, given that their biggest match is 2 stars that they usually have no idea what to do with.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it comes to show what can happen when you take advantage of a given opportunity like that. You know, when Chad Gable was Grande Americano, I thought it was the stupidest, funniest thing I've seen in a long time. It's pro wrestling, stupid shit like people were offended by the character. I'm like, he hasn't done anything offensive. Yes, the storyline is, you know, they're pulling at your strings, so to speak, but it's not serious. It's wrestling. I don't think Chad Gable would support these ideals, or if he does, oh well, who cares? It's pro wrestling. The whole Gulf of America thing, that was even funnier.
That was wild. Yeah.
And honestly, when it was Grande Americano, no, Chad Gable against Hijo del Vikingo at Worlds Collide, I thought Chad Gable was going to lose, and then Grande Americano was going to win Money in the Bank. And then he was going to go and take the title from Vikingo and then go on a wrecking path against every single competitor AAA has to offer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought was going to happen. And Chad Gable seems like the perfect fit. Chad Gable, if you send him back to NXT today, he's got to go for an NXT title. Yep. He can't go for North American, not the tag titles. He's got to go for the heavyweight title. He's that big of a star in my eyes. He's one of the best wrestlers in the ring. He just hasn't had a fair shot at showing it before El Grande Americano because Alpha Academy was great, but they made it too comedic where little things like him German suplexing a much bigger athlete were overshadowed by shenanigans.
Yeah.
So he gets injured. Ludwig Kaiser is suddenly walking around backstage as El Grande Americano. People are like, oh, we know who that is. We know that's Ludwig Kaiser. Okay, yeah, that's great. So what? And he went and took it and look, and he's become the biggest star in all of Mexico. And he's, you know, he I don't know if he wrestled in AAA before. I know a lot of the guys that were in Black and Gold and NXT UK had eventually made a stop at AAA or CMLL or TNA before they got to the main roster. But just to see how much the atmosphere has changed where you're going for a mega championship and everything else is a card that's building towards that. Now they've injected the WWE formula for storylines, but better. Yeah. They have the freedom to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And it's working out great. And now we're getting Bayley in AAA, which is also awesome. And that's something where she has vocally said she wants to be there. She wants to work with this talent. Same thing as Natty. When she went there, she elevated women that have already been wrestling for 10, 15 years. Yeah. And they all look like they've been doing it for decades together, which is it's been nothing but honestly the best wrestling TV I've seen in a long time. And it's the money. The money makes a difference, you know. It's Jay Gold has said it, you know, they threw him a lifeline and you know they own about I think 51%, if I'm not mistaken. But obviously their fingerprints are going to be all over everything. So it's going to work out pretty well. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Kyle Knyx show up at AAA someday, you know?
Yeah, maybe. I just been so impressed with it. The reason that I asked, they're, you know, of course the El Grande Americano thing has been a big, it's just one of those things that just took off and was always going to be a good fit there. But the fact that somebody went, oh my God, we have got to get this down there right now. And we've got to expand that story. And then the Bayley thing, you know, sometimes I think people forget who Bayley is. Like in real life, like who Bayley actually is. Sometimes I think that people look past how much this probably means to her. You know, I don't know, like, obviously, but like, if you understand her background in general and her family, like this, it's just so dope that she's able to go down there and just be, there are plenty of people that are deep in the wrestling industry that I think would consider Bayley the best women's wrestler ever. I don't think that's like a wild stretch, and to have that in AAA, and you can tell how much she loves to be there is just so dope and adds so much to it. And you can see, of course, you can see the little WWE like sprinkle of stuff, but I think that you comparing it to like, you know, that prime black and gold, which like, of course, like the first era, you know, the KO Sammy and like all that stuff, like that black and gold was great, but undisputed era and, you know, and Ricochet and Aleister Black and Finn Bet like that. That's what AAA feels like right now to me when I watch it. And that was what that's genuinely like, that is the reason that I'm a professional wrestler now. Like if you like that first spark was, it was springboard, backflip into Adam Cole super kick with Ricochet and Adam, like watching those guys do that spot. And how beautiful it was and how perfect I was literally like, who the hell are these dudes? And then the next thing that I saw was Undisputed Era's entrance. And I was hooked. I was completely hooked. I hadn't watched wrestling in years and years at that point. And Adam Cole and that NXT is like really what brought me back and made me start asking questions. And then I became a fan again. And then I thought I was just going to be some local fan. And then my buddy, who's an indie wrestler for a long time, was like, do it. Like, do it. Like, why are you sitting in the crowd? Go, you know? And so thanks. And interestingly enough, his wrestling name is Cole Crazy. So there's some Cole thing with me, apparently, between Cole Crazy and Adam Cole that is the reason that I get to beat people up now.
What if AJ Duncan's middle name is Cole?
Yeah, maybe. I think the J probably doesn't stand for Cole.
Do you ever get Cole for Christmas? How about that?
Plenty of times. And
then eventually you're going to be interviewing Michael Cole as well. Well, he's going to interview you, obviously.
Yeah.
What did you think about that promo where Ethan Page handed Michael Cole pre-written questions?
Yeah. Ethan Page is great, by the way.
That's what I wanted to bring up too, because I knew you'd like somebody like him. Ethan Page is awesome, man. I love Ethan Page.
I just I could watch him do anything. Like I think.
How did you like his work in AAA?
I think he can be one of those dudes that's like, you know, who knows how far he goes in pro wrestling, but like I could see that dude legit doing movies. Like he's that entertaining. He's that good. I hope he just stays a big pro wrestling star selfishly, but like, he's so good. And I think, you know, his move over to WWE, I was a little bit nervous. Because I always liked watching him, and I was just kind of scared that he would come over and they would WWE him and that I wouldn't like it as much. But it really still feels very authentic, and man, I think he's so good. Like one of the best right now in general. Just he's so good.
I think they've let him run wild, let him do his own thing, because he was one of those other people that went to AAA and back and forth for multiple occasions. And his feud with Wagner 3, honestly, has some of the best work I've seen in a long time in pro wrestling. Just a feud that started in what was supposed to be an exhibition title match turned into a fucking blood feud, which is if I don't know, I believe Wagner or Page had gotten injured or something for a couple days or weeks or something, but they didn't get to have round 3, which was supposed to be for Wagner's mask or Ethan's hair. So you already know Wagner's going to lose the mask. Because have you seen his brother?
Ethan Page's brother?
Wagner 3's brother?
No.
dude, these two guys are hosses, bro. I mean, and you've seen Wagner. He's big, but his brother bigger. Dog, they're like authors of pain, big, right next to each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they've already started teasing them. I believe last week or the week before, they actually had them in the ring together, and I was like, oh, it's happening, because they were supposed to go to NXT. I think they still are, but I think they're gonna lose the mask. Because they're pretty big, beefy guys. I don't think they're going to keep Wagner 3 as a solo star, honestly. They're invested heavy in La Parka 3. Obviously, Santos is out the door, so that's not going to happen either. But that's going to be a pretty fun tag team to watch if they do get to go to NXT. I've been asking for it. I've been attempting to manifest it, but that's one of those teams where it's just two big hosses that come from a lineage of sacred, from a sacred bloodline. So, wrestling has more than one royal family. You know what I mean? So they love their third generation stars. So keep an eye out for those guys. So if you don't watch AAA regularly, keep an eye out for those guys.
Yeah, yeah, they're. I mean, I don't know much about the brother. But yeah, he's good, and that feud with Ethan Page is good. Speaking of NXT, and the best wrestlers to ever come out of it. I mean, look, I'm just gonna throw this. Look, you were always on my side with this, okay? And so I got to give you credit for that. But JC Jane and Fatal Influence is the biggest I told you so from me in the history of professional wrestling. I've been telling people that she's the next level since she was just the number 2 to Mandy. And sure enough, she comes up, and the second that she grabbed Paige and threw her into those stairs and said, "This is my show now, bitch," I was like, yo, we are off and running.
We out here.
Bro, I was so stoked. And she's now pinned Alexa and Charlotte. And I don't know, man. I don't know who's stopping them. Like, I'm talking
big names she pinned in NXT as well.
Yeah.
Because there were some pretty good defenses. And then some where people were like, oh, yeah, she's not going to win this one. She's not going to win this one. And she still got out of there with that belt. And a lot of those times it was shenanigan free, maybe a distraction, but no interference, no weapons, nothing. I mean, it took a little bit. They were probably either scared to pull the trigger or waiting for the right moment to pull the trigger. Maybe they were waiting to get Lainey Reed or whoever it was, because who was it before? Jasmine Knyx, right? Yeah. Maybe they were trying to get them to the proper levels before they called them up, because they were going to call them up together. So, I mean,
well, Lainey Reed's good too, and Fallon's been ready. Fallon, I mean, I don't necessarily know character wise, but like in ring wise, like Fallon's very, very good, like very good, and JC is too. And people don't. I don't think people understand how good JC Jane is. Not one of these, and I mean, you can typecast people in WWE. JC Jane is not there because she showed up to some NCAA athlete tryout, or she's a supermodel that they taught how to bump. JC is a legit worker who has been wrestling. She wrestled in the indies. She was good in the indies and got called up. And she's showing it now, because you can throw her in there with anybody and she's probably the better wrestler. And of course, again, better is relative, but in my eyes, she's just so good. Oh, did he finally get here? Solo, I love you.
This is the girl.
Oh,
you're on
what
the
up?
marathon. Say hi. That's
What
our
up?
favorite wrestler, Knyx.
It is. And I am a cat person.
Oh,
so.
no, get out of here. Jeez, all of a sudden she doesn't want to hang out. They've been weird. We just moved to a new place, so they're a little extra weird with me because they're getting comfortable, but I don't know. It's because the strays keep coming to the door because the wife feeds them. So They're all meowing at each other, because they're house cats. They're like, "Get out of here, street cat!"
Yeah. Dude, new places are tough. My cats did not like it when we moved in here. It took them a while. But yeah, cats are very territorial, and so that can be. How long have you been at the new crib now?
13 days, I believe.
Yeah,
Something like that. And they've only been here about 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They've had to go between 2 places, so it sucks. We've been watching them like not be happy, so we can tell. You know what I mean? We love our cats, but now they're starting to settle in. They're starting to throw themselves in random places and just loaf about. So
yeah, they'll turn the corner. I think it was like a week, maybe 10 days for ours, and they were chilling. It's just they're so sensory that it's got to start to smell like them so that they start feeling less, out of sorts.
Yeah. I don't even know when they sleep. I'll go to sleep and they're always waking me up. So when the hell do you guys sleep? No, she's just staring at me. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, I think she's been on the network as much as you have as well. So you guys are network OGs.
Nice.
Originals. Yeah. I think we're at as of Thursday before midnight, we were at 340 subscribers, I believe. So
nice.
I mean, last year we were at 96 the day before the marathon, and not even 2 minutes into the marathon, we hit 100. And the year later, we're at 340. So, I mean, it's a long grind, man. It's been a long grind. We have so much talent that's done so much work. Some have taken on outside work as well to kind of expand their names, but also comes to show that people notice what they do as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good to see everybody start to venture out and grow as we all continue to grow as well. Little by little, we try to make room for more. It's like the Walking Dead thing. You need numbers. You know what I mean? And last year's marathon, I believe we had 2 or 3 less acts. So it was harder to fill all the slots. But this year it was just a whole lot easier to just fill all those slots out. We've got all kinds of stuff. I know IW guys doing like some Super Bash hour or something. They got something up their sleeves, probably some exclusive matches. We got Kayfabe Coffee. We have the trivia show that we're gonna debut, which I'm hoping.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to buy some props tomorrow. So I'm gonna go for the ham, bro. I'm going. Well, I'm gonna try to buy some props Friday morning. I'm gonna go for the ham. I want to be remembered as a funny trivia host. When people talk about Bob Barker or the guy who used to host a Supermarket Sweep, I want them to think of me. They see Steve Harvey, they're like, "Oh, hey, the Great Brown Hope is just as funny as that guy." Something, man. But I mean, it's just us trying stuff out, seeing what works, seeing what gets the engagement and stuff. There's so much wrestling content, and there's so many people paying for follows and subscriptions that's how they get noticed. Every month they put an extra $3 into an extra 1,000 subscribers or whatever. But that's something you won't catch us doing. So if we get to 1,000 in 10 years, it'll be because we did it with hard work, man. And
I think you might be surprised. That snowball starts rolling downhill, and your jump from 100 to 340 and the amount of time that took, like, you're gonna move 3.5 times as fast because you have 3.5 times as many people now. So it's just gonna keep rolling that direction if you guys keep being consistent. You are, which is a lot of fun. I mean, Kyle's stuff has been cool to see. I like a lot of his stuff. I haven't been able to watch a ton like start to finish, but a lot of like their clip stuff. I think that they're having like the right conversations to get people engaged and involved. Who does, the one thing that I just saw when you showed the last screen, who does the Dusty finish and why do they know what that is? And I'm very intrigued by that.
Well, it started because we have the mixers where we talk about the show before, or we talk about the week or what happened after the show, blah blah blah. We wanted to try something new, something different, where we talk about different things in wrestling throughout the week.
Mm.
Either didn't get to be touched on during one of our weekly shows because it happened after the show aired, or we just didn't air anything and didn't get to talk about it. So it would be like a roundtable discussion. Everybody gets a few minutes, and then they're completely cut off, and then next guy. And everybody discusses, throw stuff out, go to the comments, the next guy. And we made it a thing where it's like, okay, well, to keep it uniform, we're going to give everybody a 10-second warning every time. Hey, 10-second warning, wrap it up, B. Stuff like that. So I believe we had 3 or 4 episodes. It was harder and harder to get people involved, only because we have the mixers as well. Some people already have their own shows, or it's already scheduled. But that's also something we want to make as regular as the mixers. I believe the plan was to do it weekly. So, like, give a weekly wrap up of what happened in wrestling. Somebody will talk about AEW, somebody will talk about TNA, somebody NXT, somebody will talk about something that happened on Raw or SmackDown or both, or just something in the news, or just a general opinion, whatever. Just So it's always different. It's always interesting, and it's not like, oh, hey, tonight's show we're talking about Saturday night's main event. No, tonight we're talking about Saturday night's main event, AEW. Tomorrow night's Raw, and something on TNA, whatever, So it touches everything, and if you're looking for solid conversation, that was going to be the place to go. So we're going to probably have that more often. And my idea was to have other people as well, like the mixer, invite our other friends in there. So once it's off, it'll be nice to see people be like, hey, can I be a guest? And it'll be easy to be like, hey, come on. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
So, or you just can't say it like Cody, because I think they'll demonetize it.
Yeah,
I don't know how that works. I hear people say it all the time online. I just don't know what it means.
all your content will just disappear for some reason, and everybody will be like, "Why?" And it's like, well, you said, "What do you want to talk about?" one time, and Zeus struck you down just like that.
Yeah, everything was gone. We had to wait 3 months.
We had I had a match last weekend against this guy named Zach Zamora. And it was interesting. It was the first time that I was in the ring with somebody who I have been doing this longer than.
Huh.
It was the first time that happened. And I think that's something that kind of snuck up on me a little bit. And it kind of had me feeling like I feel like we're probably coming to a close on this combo here. And so I feel like this is like kind of a cool like wraparound is like, I remember the people that I was talking to you about and the stuff that I was talking to you about back when we were just like saying like, I'm about to start training soon, and now I just had a match where, again, I still have a little element of I'm not gonna go into too much detail into quote unquote how it works, if you will, but to have somebody there that I watched walk into training, that walked up to me and told me the first peak show that they ever saw, the card that they ever saw, I was on.
Nice.
And say like, yo, I'm like pretty stoked to beat your ass in front of a bunch of people in Bellingham. That was pretty cool. And now it's just like, kind of looking back at what I thought pro wrestling was going to be, and then what it like actually is. Like now I'm already like sitting here just like watching people walk into training for the first time and just be like, oh my God, like I did that.
That used to be me.
And I'm trying not to let it fly by too quickly, because now I'm like in this place where, I don't have aspirations to necessarily go like super duper far. Not even necessarily because I don't think that I could, just mostly because like I spend a lot of time on my like other career, if you will, and like I really like that a lot, and I'm gonna probably keep doing it. But to think that I even am gonna have like the smallest part of like this next generation of professional wrestlers, and like, you know, um, it just feels cool. Like it's just like kind of wild to me. So like I'm grateful for you and other people who have supported me the whole time. I'm super grateful for Peak and Dragonplex. Dragonplex is our school, um, and just everybody who's liked me and hated me, mostly hated me, um, up to this point. And I'm just like stoked to see like what happens next. You know, Peak is in a place right now where we have the opportunity to kind of become the Western Washington wrestling promotion, like through some other things that have happened with some of the other big ones, mostly. And you know, that could be kind of on the horizon, and you know, kind of growing right there along with you and what you guys are doing. I mean, I know that it feels like a slow grind probably, but I think that you guys are kind of on the brink of, you know, maybe it just would take one more WrestleMania season and you get some wave of people that get to see you guys' coverage on it and all your conversations. And next thing you know, you got to stop doing whatever else you do because people need Great Brown Hope full time. So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
That's what I tell everybody, and that's what I tell Kyle too. Is, you know, it's you know, it could be defeating. You know, you see the like if you let the numbers get to you, they're gonna get to you. But if you keep pushing, keep driving, you know, it'll show. And there's been things that he's done, and he's seen the fruits of it, and he's like, man, look at those numbers. I'm like, I told you, man. Like the main event eats, he posted a couple, and within a couple hours, 1,000 views on YouTube. I was like, you see, man, sometimes we don't have to sell out, you know, so to speak. You know, we don't have to get out of our norm. We can still be ourselves while doing something else. Mm-hmm. You know, if you're the same Kyle that everybody knows on our shows, they're gonna like this. You know, if I'm the same Great Brown Hope eating wings, like trying to eat wings like Tim Vicious, it's not gonna happen. You know, because that's who the Great Brown Hope is, and people know that, and that's all good. So as long as we stay true to the craft, stay true to the grind, it'll work out eventually. You know, we started with less than, you know, we started with zero, literally started with zero. And if you count from today to last year, 100 to 340, 240, you know, that's almost one a day, almost, if you don't count weekends, almost one a day.
Yeah.
If you don't count business holidays, you know, that's one subscriber a day. And honestly, I wouldn't mind that kind of growth. If we got a subscriber a day and they stuck around for the long haul too. So, you know, it gives us a reason to do stuff like this. You know, gives me a reason to be like, I got to get this guy on. You know, there's nobody else. I mean, we could get a big name, but why? You know, that's what everybody else does. Everybody else goes out and fetches a big name that everybody else has already talked to. Same old story, same old bullshit. Like, oh, I've already seen this interview. Chris Van Vliet did it first. But Chris Van Vliet doesn't have Knyx yet. Yep. We do. We have 5, 6, 7 exclusive interviews. And they're all very different. So, you know, your story has been a big part of our journey as well. You know, it's like I said earlier, everything just intertwined. So had to have you be a part of this, man. But before I kick you out of here, because we got to close. I think the lights go off at midnight. Do you have any cards you want to show off real quick? For the people at home.
Sure. You know what? I'm going to stick to a very specific theme because this is somebody that I don't think they'll ever know how much stuff I steal from them when I watch them work. So this is me and my friend Chris's little Kyle Fletcher PC. We have this 1 of 1 plate from I think it's from Universe. Yeah, from Universe. Their trios card.
Oh, nice.
Little Don Callis family before Kyle cut his hair. And then out of SP, I really like Kyle's auto as well.
That's nice.
Got that little patch auto to 35. I like the red. The blues are cool too. We haven't got one of those yet, but and then probably my favorite. These are kind of tough to hit, but the Ink Credible.
Oh yeah, I remember you posted that one. That's nice.
Yeah, this one's super sick. I like cards with the double picture, with the like promo photo and then the action photo. I think that's really cool, and the on card is super nice. So,
and that's SP,
fun.
Right?
What's that?
It's Upper Deck SP, right? The series.
That is correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those were like the cards to get for the NBA for a few years. Not because of the exclusive Vince Carter autos, but because every card was fucking nice. Even the ones you didn't want, you know. There were guys like Jonathan Bender. You didn't need it, but that dunk looked so sick with a second dunk behind it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got anything else you wanted to show us?
That's it. We'll just stick to the Kyle Fletcher PC for now, because shout out Kyle Fletcher for being good at what he does.
Hell yeah. We'll find a way to clip that. You said something about Kyle Fletcher. What'd you say? Say it again.
What, just now?
Yeah, say it again.
Oh, I just said shout out to Kyle Fletcher for being good at what he does. I mean, he's the second best Kyle in professional wrestling, and that's one hell of a feat.
Nice. Definitely clip that. Kyle talks about Kyle on Kyle's network.
Yeah. Well, I say that when I say that around my wrestling school, I always say, yeah, Kyle O'Reilly's. Somebody else always says Kyle O'Reilly's pretty good too. So yeah,
Kyle O'Reilly. Are there any other Kyles in wrestling right now?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few good ones, but we won't talk about them. It's just me and Kyle Fletcher. They're the only two that matter.
The only ones you hear thrown around. You don't hear any of the names.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, well, before we say goodnight, do you want to plug anything? You want to drop any shout outs to anybody? Floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. We already mentioned my socials. I mainly just run on Instagram and X. It's at Kyle Knyx on both. Thank you for that right there. Peak Sports Entertainment is my favorite wrestling promotion, and there's lots of cool stuff happening on it. Our big show is in June. It's called Olympus. We have a pretty cool somebody, or maybe somebodies, that will be at Olympus. So keep an eye out for that. I'm assuming that one will be able to actually get a stream out for. So watch my socials for the stream info, because that's going to be cool. And then, just keep an eye on me and what I'm doing. I'm starting to be a little bit more regular on shows and all that fun stuff. And, you never know, man. Right person takes a peek at Kyle Knyx, and he might be showing up with a baseball bat to your town. You just never know. So keep an eye on me, and and see if we can hold on to this.
Hell yeah. Also, one last thing real quick. You know who you would really be fun paired with? Outbreak. The zombie tag team on JCW.
Oh yeah.
Or you know what? If they ever do a convention, you have to go dressed up as Kyle Knyx and take a picture with him.
Yeah. How have I never thought of that? Yeah.
You get a cease and desist 2 days later. Oh man. Hey, well, thank you so much for coming out for the 24-hour main event marathon 2. You've been here for so much for us. We appreciate you. Obviously, you're part of the main event family. Thank you for everybody that came out. Stick around. We've got so much more for the rest of the marathon. We've got some fun clips from Kyle Knyx coming up. But that's the end of tonight's episode. Everybody have a good night. Thanks for coming through, Kyle. Take it easy, guys.
See ya.
What up, though? You already know what it is. Best in the world, a.k.a. The Problem. I say it, Bronin. and you're watching the Main Event Wrestling Network.